Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dean Callan Show. Today is probably going to be the shortest show I'm ever going to do. I'm also completely winging it. You might have noticed there was no name of a cocktail or anything like that. The last episode that I did, a bunch of stuff went wrong, and it didn't have audio working. There were sync issues and all sorts of different stuff. And then I thought I had figured out what the problem was. But I was wrong. So I come in today to get set up, and if I've ever shown you, I think I've shown you before what it all looks like. I can't see myself. I can't see my monitor screen for the second thing. It took me ages to get the splitter for the cameras working and everything. I find it kind of exciting, learning new things. I don't even know if this is actually going out because it wouldn't work for the first few times. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rattle on. Show must go on. I come out here to prep. I'm going to do something, right? And in the interest of my own sanity, I'm going to start by pouring myself a non-alcoholic drink. I'm decided I'm not going to drink today. Because I did a really big day's exercise yesterday, 100 and something kilometers of cycling. And I think that amount, I burnt 3,000 calories. That amount of exercise just made me feel so good this morning. I woke up, I felt good about myself. I feel clean, I feel fresh. I don't feel any lighter. I weighed myself. I'd gained a kilo. But you know what? That's such is life, right? But because I feel good and I feel fresh and I'm liking this feeling, and I want to do some more exercise tonight after I pick up my son and put him to bed. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. It also means I can drive. And given I needed the extra time to put all this together, I'm gonna need to drive around tonight. So I sacrificed a little bit, but I've got some really delicious non-alcoholic stuff. Now, these guys we started with earlier on in the whole process of cabin fevery stuff. And they're absolutely delicious, but I've never actually made it into a mixed drink other than just adding soda to it. So I thought today I would just have a little attempt at what happens if you make, take a classic like a Collins, right? Now, a Collins is a drink I couldn't live without. You can basically turn anything into a Collins. And it's just a long sour, really. A sour as well. Can't live without a sour. Everyone likes sours. So I thought, let's go easy on the lemon and sugar, but turn it into a bit of a Collins and see how it works. Right, so obviously it would have been, too much to ask for me to have actually prepped my ice in advance. I did prep the ingredients. Now, my DJ mixer is playing up as well. On one of the channels, it doesn't recognize turning the volume down. Oh, I don't know what's going on, but me and technology of late. Technology used to be my best friend. It's all I had for a long time. Right, so, I'm using my hands. It's locked down. I'm making the drink for myself, and there's literally no one else in the room, right? And given that there's no comments or reactions, I would even hazard a guess there's no one watching. Right, so I wonder if my wifey's watching. She's probably assumed I wasn't going to make a show. So tiny bit of lemon juice, right? And I'm going to put a tiny bit of sugar. Just a little drizzle. So it's technically a Collins, but I'm not too concerned about it being a Collins as such. I'm just thinking about the livener effect that this stuff has. Now I'm going to put a heavy measure of that in. I would say that's about 50 mil to between, 3/4 ounce to 2 ounces if you're into ounces. I'm just going to assume that that's about the right amount so that my soda fills it the rest of the way out. I love this stuff. The first time I tasted it, it put a huge big smile on my face, and that was a legit, genuine smile. So if something can put a smile on your face, then you should have it in your life, right? This is, you know, going, if I ever get around to opening a bar, this is going in my bar. I'm going to be stocking this. And I've come to realize that working with a limited selection of things, I have come to love orange wheels. Orange wheels are amazing. They look cool. They add a nice bit of freshness. Not too much freshness. It's not like a juiciness, but definitely there's a bit of a orangey deliciousness that goes into there. Bit of fruitiness. And then I'm just going to use the end for the 2 twists. One on top, one down below. Orange twists, orange wheels. You might have noticed. Love them. Now, if a product can't hold up to a Collins, then, you know, you're in trouble. I'm going to make a wild assumption that it's going to taste great. So, Dean's COVID rules. Thanks, guys, for commenting. Now I know it's working. I'm hoping the audio is better. I had to redo the whole audio. Turns out that my mixer doesn't sync the audio as well as I'd hoped it would. And I'm gonna get upset with them and send an angrily worded email, I think, if I can't get this to sync, because it's a live streaming device. It should definitely sync. Especially I paid £650 for this thing. Like, and all it really does is takes 4 video signals in and 2 audio signals and pump them out, right? So, like, come on, guys. You know, this is the 21st century. My little Stream Deck's amazing, though. Doesn't fail. Anyway, this is delicious. I can't put my finger on it, but there is a flavor in this that I really enjoy. So I'm going to have to go back and see if I can get in touch with the 3 Spirits people and ask them if I can have a chat to whoever is their representative that knows all of the ins and outs of this, if they will share the recipe, that is. Now, before that, I'm going to do my favorite bit of the whole episode and cut to Mitch's Minute. Now, after the last time, I double and triple checked the Mitch's Minute to make sure that definitely it's the right Mitch's Minute. And I found out that actually what I've normally been doing is I've been, to save time, keeping the intro and the outro of Mitch's Minute together, all the sound bits, because it's actually quite technical, in my editing suite. And then when I get his new 60-second clip, I bring it in, and imagine these are the blocks of the clips. It's a magnetic timeline. I just drop it in there, and because it's a magnetic timeline, the extra end bit and this bit bring forward or move out, and you know, the music connects to this. I had actually dragged it in and sat it on top of this clip, or sat it into that clip, and then that one was moved on top. I don't know how. So the old clip ended up on top and the other one ended up underneath. I don't even know how I did that, because I tried to do it again, didn't work. But this time, hopefully, I've done it properly. So that was to explain what happened last week, which shocked me. And in case you're interested, Mitch's Minute exists from Friday, but I moved Mitch's Minute from Friday onto YouTube. And on YouTube, all of the bits of me standing around going, I don't know what happened, which I had to watch back. Oh my God. I promised myself I wouldn't rant again. I'm ranting. Anyway, I edited Friday's episode to clean it up a little bit and then uploaded it to YouTube. So if you really do want to see, if you managed to see this and you do want to see Mitch's Minute from Friday, log on to the YouTube channel and give it a like and a subscribe. You know, it does help. It's the first time I've ever said that, but it really does help. And yeah, and here is Mitch's Minute. Let's hope it legitimately works this time.
Podcast just can't live without. Good one. Good one. Wet martini with orange bitters. London Calling. Mojito, Sazerac, Espresso Martini. Yeah? Got it? 5. Mojito, drink those in bed. Wet Martini, drink them in the morning. What else did I say? London Calling, Espresso Martini, Sazerac. Yeah, that's it. Fuck yeah, that's what I get. Got those 20 seconds extra to talk about how my hot tip for COVID bartending fashion is no more face masks, it's face shields with sponsorship along the head. I'm telling you, that's the fucking next big thing that's going to happen in bartending, because bartending with a mask on, customer interaction, customer service with a mask on is a fucking nightmare because they can't see your expressions.
Thank you, Mitch. Face shield thing is epic, by the way. And like, how much fun could we have with the face shield thing? So, Mitch, if you are watching this, and I really hope you are still watching this, because like you commented like about 2 minutes ago. So if you've signed out after 2 minutes, you know, it's gonna break my heart, bro. Then again, maybe you don't want to see yourself. Anyway, Mitch, this next video is for you, because honestly, someone thought of that shit. Someone has done it. Check this out.
If you're like me and wear glasses, having to wear a face mask while being very socially responsible is quite annoying, because my glasses are fogging up all the time. Also, you can't tell if people are laughing at each other's jokes. So, in preparation of the de-escalation and the pubs reopening, we have invented the Barmaster 2000. I've now connected it to my smartwatch by the Bluetooth. So when I want to drink, the Barmaster 2000 automatically opens. I'll show you again. Okay, drink responsibly during lockdown, and let's look forward to the pubs reopening.
Right, what a legend. The Barmaster 2000. So like, I don't know whether they've just got that on a remote and they're pressing the remote button and it's opening. But I love it. And it's automatic. So it senses when you put your hand near and it's lifting up. This is not a difficult technology to master. So if you're a brand person with a little bit of R&D money, you're trying to figure out how to get a cut through to the on-trade, fuck it, hire myself and Mitch. I'm just throwing myself in there in case Mitch wants to kind of like join forces on this. But hire Mitch. It's his idea, and get some branded shields. Like, I want to see some really, if you've got Grey Goose budget, I want to see some really slick looking face shields, because it's just an epic idea. And having them so that you can like swipe here and it'll sense that your hands are near the side and then open in case you did need to taste something, or, you know, put something to your face without having to touch it with your hands would be genius. So many possibilities. Right. So I just love that so much. I seen that video and was like, this is epic. I love this guy. Anyway, so I'm going to make another drink. Something I haven't tasted before. So this is Square Root non-alcoholic gin and tonic, right? So if you want to see what it looks like, let me go to camera 2. There we go. Square Root non-alcoholic gin and tonic. Now, on it, it says soda made right, drink your way, never from concentrates, always from whole fruit. Sicilian lemon peel increases the aromatics. Perfectly balanced. Like, these guys have put loads of stuff. East London pressed and bottled. Juniper. They're growing juniper in East London? Or is it East London pressed and bottled? Yeah, it looks like different badges. Super strong, soft. Yeah, served with a slice of pink grapefruit. Sorry, guys. I have no pink grapefruit. Right, but what I might do is I might serve it with an orange wheel. I might actually serve it with an orange wheel and then at the same time also put in a lemon wheel, right? So that we're getting a little bit more. What a pink grapefruit or grapefruit in general, I think it is a mix of like a pomelo and an orange. So if I had pomelo, or is it ichang papaya? Ichang papaya? I don't know the name of. There's a citrus called ichang something. I'm pretty sure it's a grapefruit is the baby of a crossbreed of orange and pomelo. But you know, that's just off the top of my head. We should do a whole episode on citrus. That's actually a good idea. I'm going to do a whole episode on citrus one time. Right, so here we go. There's my ice I prepared earlier. Trying to keep it sweet and short and sweet. Considering I come on like 15 minutes late, I couldn't even schedule. And I spent like 20 minutes making a photo for the cover. Yeah, and then like photoshopping the photo for the cover and all this other stuff, and then forgot that I hadn't uploaded it. How much fun is this? So I'm definitely bringing on someone to help me with this. If not this, help me with my consultancy so I can be on top of things like this. Right. Grapefruit would have been good, to be fair. But it's difficult with the lockdown, like not being able to go to my normal greengrocer, which is SMBS. They're the best. No BS at SMBS. Right, but it's a tiny little place and there's a massive line out the door all the time. So we order all our citrus from Ocado. Maybe next week I'll do the grapefruit. Right, so this is, did I get rid of it? The Square Root non-alcoholic gin and tonic, handmade by SodaWorks. Or in SodaWorks, whatever, in our SodaWorks. It's actually very pleasant. It's very pleasant. I can see what they've done. It's got the flavor of gin. It definitely has the flavor of gin. I think it's missing a little bit the mouthfeel, but otherwise, great, like amazing effort. If someone said, if I asked for a gin and tonic and someone gave me this, I would have thought they were using the old school, like not really giving people a gin and tonic trick. So, for example, back in the day, way many years ago, people used to take, and I thought I had one here, baking trays, right? Like a black baking tray. That you would normally bake some cookies or something on that has a little bit of a lip, and pour a bit of gin on it, and then put glassware face down on it and like roll them so that gin is all over the rim of the glass. And then when someone asks for a gin and tonic, they'd pull that glass and like build a gin and tonic, but without any gin in it. It's just tonic water. And then you get to here and you smell gin, your brain tells you it's got gin in it, but it actually doesn't. For me, I think I've been drinking enough that I can recognize the spirit in it. Yeah, so I'd be able to recognize. I'm pretty sure I would be. Anyway, it's delicious. It's nice. It's kind of like better than having just like a straight up Schweppes lemonade or something like that. Yeah, not bad at all. Right, so. Whoa, people are here. Barmaster 2000, that guy's national treasure. Legend. It's very cool. Right, so the last thing I wanted to do was try something that I thought was like quite cool and try to draw attention to it. I wanted to ask, have you guys ever heard of this, right? Because like, I don't know even where I got it from. Oh no, I do. I was gifted it. So this stuff. Has anyone else got this? So the name is Syriaco Mezcal. It says Mezcal Joven. So you can see on the bottom, right? Now, first of all, straight away, it's a 750 bottle. And if you know what that means, basically that means that it's a US bottle. So it's been hand carried into the UK. It has all Spanish written across it. It's made in Mexico. It's 43% ABV. Now I don't know whether they did that so that they could have one ABV that travels all around the world. For example, you can't import spirits at 40% into South Africa. It has to be 43 as a minimum. Otherwise, you're not allowed to bring it in. So if you think 43% tastes better than 40%, you know a spirit that's 40% that you might like to try 43, and you've got a friend in South Africa, get them to bring the equivalent across to you at 43%. Yeah, so it's got a load of words I'm not going to try to pronounce, but the DOM number is 381 and NOM is G26R. So we can look that up. And if you're really interested in finding out more about it, I can take a photo of the bottom of it and send it to you. But I actually think it's quite tasty. So I'm going to have a little taste of this. And the reason I was making sure not to make any alcoholic cocktails was so that I could have this little bit, then pack up the cabin and still be able to drive. Right? Got to be socially responsible as a dad. Now, well, I had to be socially responsible all the time, but it's certainly more responsible as a dad because I have dad-like responsibilities. Okay. The smell is amazing. It smells like super tasty, and it's not like, you know, it's got to be decent quality. It hasn't got like a petrol-y, high ester sort of smell to it. Not that that's bad. Some people like that, but at least they've tried to make it something quite premium. It doesn't smell super smoky. And it looks cool. Like, look at the bottle, right? Look at the 3 different angles of the bottle that I'm seeing. Angle number 1, from a little bit of a distance. Quite close up, from a little bit of a sideways look. And then like staring across from a distance, but more sideways. Back to the sideways. Check out that side move. Right? And they're all little tiny beads that have been attached by hand. It's very cool. Anyway, I thought I'd, have a little taste of that. Thought that might be quite nice. It's really tasty. For 43%, it's not as aggressive as I thought it would be. It tastes like really easy to drink. Cool. So my non-alcoholic is gone. I was also going to make another drink, but I've decided that in the interest of making things short and sweet, as I said I would, I'll end it with that. Right, cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I promise... Oh, nice. Altos had a hand beaded one. That sounds cool. Right. Sorry for not giving anyone any warning about the episode. I could barely get things to come together. In fact, I had assumed none of this was going to work. So, having pulled it together, great. I'm happy that it all worked. I'll see you guys Wednesday for episode 69. If anyone has any suggestions on what we should do for episode 69, I'm open. I'm open-minded to episode 69 suggestions. Right, rock and roll. And Daniel, again, your outro, brother. It's outro that. Thanks for tuning in, and happy bank holiday day.